Hello students. Our today's topic is a short story, An Astrologer's Day by R.K. Narayan. Let us shed some light on the life of the author Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy. He was born on 10th October 1906 in Madras. He is regarded as one of the three leading English language Indian fictional writers along with Raja Rao and Mulk Raj Anand. He died on 13th May 2001 in Chennai at the age of 94. Narayan tried his hand at several professions including teaching. But in 1930s, he chose to write in English and decided to become fictional writer. His first major award was in 1958, the Sahitya Academy Award for The Guide. In 1964, he was awarded by the Padma Bhushan during the public honor. In 1980, was awarded the A.C. Bensal Medal by the Royal Society of Literature. And in 2001, he was awarded India's second highest civilian honor, the Padma Vibhushan. R.K. Narayan is considered as the best novelist India has ever produced. An Astrologer Day was published in 1947 by Indian's Thought Publications. It is a short thriller suspense story, a titular story of R.K. Narayan's fourth collection of stories. Let us learn about the characters in the story An Astrologer's Day. The first character is of the astrologer. The astrologer, the nameless protagonist of the story, is not truly an astrologer but a con man. He is not the hero of story. He appears to be a holy man in whom many people find solace and tranquility. He seems to have an aura around him which provides him with an added advantage to attract clients. His dressing is also like that of a holy god man in whom people respond their faith time and again. He is extremely smart, outspoken, and knows the realities of life and can very cunningly use them for his benefit. He is spectacular with his words and can easily make people believe in whatever he is saying, which is of foremost importance for anyone in this profession. He knows his skills and completely uses them for his benefit. He is unapologetic about the activities he indulges in and is unabashedly greedy for materialistic gains. He is also very street smart and knows what action will reap what benefits. The other character is of Guru Nayak. Guru Nayak is introduced merely as an aggressive stranger, seems to be someone who is very straightforward. He is not cunning and also not very smart, though in the beginning he went out to take revenge. When he gets to know that his enemy is already dead, he feels regretful but also show happiness. When he gets to know that some harm has been done to his enemy, this attitude gives him a sense of innocence and virtue. He seems to be a strong person who holds the astrologers strongly and demands for an instant answer. He feels physical power can win over other things, but he was not aware of the cunningness that people apply in the general world. Although Guru Nayak is positioned as an antagonist in the structure of the story, he actually could be considered as occupying the role of the hero in the relationship between the two characters. Although the story was written in English, Guru Nayak name is actually two Hindi terms, Guru meaning teacher or spiritual initiators and Nayak meaning hero. The third character is of the astrologer's wife. The astrologer's wife seems to be someone who takes everything at face value and believes in whatever her husband says. She is happy with her life and wants to make sweets with whatever extra money she manages to get. She looks after her child really well and seems to be a caring mother. In Astrologer's Day, the story begins with an unnamed village in India. An astrologer lays out his tool of the trade, a mix of cowrie shells, obscure charts, a notebook, and other such ghosts. They serve no purpose but to create the illusion of mysticism. The astrologer has also painted his forehead with scarred ash, wrapped his head in a turban, and seated himself and his gear beneath a large tree. All of these things serve to get him an ear of wisdom and prophetic power, though the narrator is quick to point out that none of these qualities actually belong to the man. The astrologer has set up his little shop amidst a busy marketplace among people fencing stolen goods, presenting the same cheap food as variety of gourmet delicacies, and auctioning off low-quality fabrics. The astrologer, quickly established as a fraud in the company of other fraudsters and spin doctors selling their wares and making their livings. The marketplace is lit up by various shop lights and flares, the dancing shadows of which enhance the astrologer's mystical quality. He notably has no light of his own, but simply borrow that of the other's window. The astrologer had never had any intention of becoming one, but had been forced to leave his ancestral home and travel several hundred miles away with no plan and no money. Even so, he is convincing holy man, using his own insight into human problems to offer vague but comforting advice to people in the market. He functions as a sort of therapist, offering self-affirming advice that he wraps in the guise of astrological wisdom. He is good at his trade. He tells people what they want to hear, and they leave comforted by it. Though it is not an honest living that the astrologers make, it is still a well-earned one. As the marketplace is emptying and the lights are being put out, a stranger named Guru Nanak appears. In the darkness, neither can see much of the other's face. Seeing the opportunity for one more client, the astrologer invites Guru Nanak and sit and chat. The stranger does so, but is instantly skeptical of the astrologer. He aggressively wagers that the astrologer cannot tell him anything true or worthwhile. They haggle over the price and the astrologer agrees. However, when Guru Nanak lights a cheroot, the astrologer catches a brief glimpse of the man's face and is filled with fear. He tries to get out of the wager, but Guru Nanak holds him to it and will not let him leave. The astrologer tries his usual tack of vague, self-affirming advice, but Guru Nanak will have none of it. The astrologer sincerely prays for a moment and then changes course. He reveals to Guru Nanak that he knows he was once stabbed through the chest and left for dead, and that now Guru Nanak is here searching for his assailant. He even reveals that he knows Guru Nanak's name, something he attributes to his cosmic wisdom. Guru Nanak is greatly excited by all of this, believing the astrologer to truly be all-knowing. He presses the astrologer for the whereabouts of the man who stabbed him so that he can have his revenge. The astrologer tells him that he died several months ago, crushed by an oncoming lorry. Guru Nanak is frustrated by this, but satisfied that at least his attacker died terribly. He gives the astrologer his money and leaves. The astrologer arrives home late at night and shows his wife the money he has made, becoming briefly bitter when he realizes that although Guru Nanak has paid him a great sum, it is not quite as much as promised. So, his wife is thrilled as they lie down to sleep. The astrologer reveals to his wife what a great burden has been lifted off his shoulders. Years ago, the astrologer was the one to stab Guru Nanak and leave him for dead, which forced him to flee his home and make a new life as a fraudulent astrologer. He had thought himself to be a murderer, but was now content that he had not in fact taken a life. Satisfied by this, he goes to sleep. So this is all in the story of an astrologer's day. Here we can see 6 elements in the story. The first is symbolism. The whole description of the astrologer, starting from his dressing sense to the setting up of his workplace, the cowrie shells, the paraphernalia, provides the reader a certain kind of symbolism which sets the mood of the reader at the very beginning. The second element is incongruity. The fact that an astrologer who is supposed to be a godly and heavenly ascetic has his abode at a very busy marketplace where different kind of business undertakes their daily affairs seems to provide a certain kind of incompatibility in the whole idea of faith and astrological prediction. The third element is suspense. There is definitely an element of suspense in the whole setup, and when the client comes or Guru Nanak comes into the picture, this aspect goes up, exponentially increases as the story inches towards the end. Then there is a surprise ending. The fact that the astrologer was the person who left the Guru Nanak to be dead provides for a very astonishing revelation. This surprise ending makes the reader to crave more. Then the sixth element is irony. Here again the whole picture of spirituality, astrological predictions come into play. The fact that such pious and sacrosanct activities are carried out in busy market lanes where day-to-day business are carried out make quite a few eyebrows to get raised and worry about the real underpinning of these business. Then the last element is satire. The major portion of the story seems to be a satire. Here R.K. Narayan has explained how innocent, gullible people are fooled by such crooked, conniving and smart professionals who can take advantages of any and all beliefs to make quick bucks and materialistic gains to suffice their needs. This satire has been done in a very effective way in this short story. So here we can conclude our story with the theme of mysticism and religious hypocrisy, the theme of guilt, fear and identity, and the theme of modernization, tradition and inequality. That is all in this unit. Thank you.